get a rape the name JJ the Great. Show respect or you get your ass checked at the gate. Top dog around here in this bitch, it don't stop. From the day that I started, left out daily departed. Told y'all Whiskers recruited me, then Danger Zone booted me. Now I'm on energy, surrounded by my enemies. Still there ain't a soul that can hold a cinnamon flavored candle to the man who dismantled them all. I'm the champ, but y'all don't know what that's about.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second edition of The Great One's Thoughts. I'm your host, the one above all, JJ the Great. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different. I have a special guest here wanting to get some things off his chest. But shit, I'm going to ask a question or two still. He's the most disrespected and hated man in IWL currently. The first prodigy of yours truly. Ladies and gentlemen, the IWL Undisputed Heavyweight Champion, the alleged provider, Raven Crowe.
I'm the one providing you with chances to be great. Least you niggas could do is go and get me some cheesecake. For Pete's sake, Fisher Price, you niggas is cheapskates. Your girl gon' Curtis blow me cause she know that he beat breaks. They screaming Raven Crowe out when I show out in each state. Y'all niggas.
Raven Crowe, the dishonored one. How are you doing? Because you hit my line wanting to get on the Great One's Thoughts. So tell me, what's up?
JJ the Great, the wise man. I appreciate you letting me come onto your show to provide my perspective to not just you, but all of the IWL fans. I'm gonna try to make this quick, but no promises. Because, again, I was really trying not to do this. See, I'm trying to find a way to say what I need to say. Because, honestly, this whole damn thing is stupid. The fact that I really have to take this time and say this is fucking stupid. So, we're going to take this back to Cold War. Because I think that's where everything started.
Are you referring to you versus Randy Banks for the Undisputed title after you pulled the fake retirement ruse, or you versus OTB in the finals of the Phoenix Grand Prix? You're gonna need to tell us because we can't read your mind, nigga. I ain't no psychic, so say what's on your mind. Go ahead.
Wise man, I don't think anybody truly gives a fuck about Randy Banks. I mean, the only thing they're going to talk about regarding Randy Banks is the fact that he lost on his first offense at Cold War, not just once, but twice. They're going to only talk about the fact that he was crying like a little bitch in the women's locker room. That's all they're going to talk about as far as Randy Banks go. What I want to talk about is OTB. The finals of the Phoenix Grand Prix. That changed a lot for me. It took a dream from me that I could have had I defeated OTB. Unfortunately, I failed. The Undisputed Provider failed. I was close, but guess what? I failed. I had to swallow that pill. I had to go home thinking about what went wrong. And while I'm thinking about what went wrong, I see the fact that everybody is already trying to cast me aside like a transitional afterthought. Like I'm Randy Banks. That is what changed a lot for me. Raven Crowe, the Undisputed Provider, holding 2 world championships, being the champion across all of the shows. Trust me, I get it. That's not a image that y'all want to see, right? Well, luckily for you, that didn't happen. That was a vision stolen from me by OTB. Now, because he stole this shit from me, he was about to live it himself. Now, I trust that you are an intelligent, wise man. You could understand the situation here. Can't say I share the same faith in the dick eaters of the locker room. So I'm going to provide the perspective here. It was either Raven Crowe or OTB to get that achievement. If I wasn't doing it, what makes you think I was letting OTB do it? Like, be real with yourself. If I wasn't doing it, what really made you think I was going to allow OTB to do it? I tried to save IWL. The same place that, for some reason, seems to love the idea of hating Raven Crowe. And I mean, it makes sense. Despite everything you've done for them, eventually they will hate you. So, Master Reset became a must-win situation for me. I had to do what was necessary. And sometimes in life, to do what's right, you gotta do some fucked up things. No matter if people agree with it or not. I know how the locker room feel about it. I know how the people outside of the locker room feel about it. I know how the wise man feels about it because me and the wise man, we've had the conversation. Most importantly, I know exactly how the man himself feels about it. I mean, it's pretty obvious. He hasn't shut the fuck up not once about it since it happened. But the greatest part about that is the provider doesn't give a fuck. The provider stopped giving a fuck. Now, I understand. Some of y'all have your tampons in a little too far. So somebody might need to pick up a phone and dial for Bob for you. So Bob can find his way to your house. Build you a bridge so you can get the fuck over it. The constant cycle that I was in, where I was limited because of my honor, because of my integrity, because of my mercy, the morals of me showing these niggas mercy. Where did that get me all this time? In the same fucking spot. Constantly. So I listened to everything that OTB said. When he was so busy saying he was not sorry for what he was going to have to do, I listened to all the key shit. He was talking about the promised land. He said he was going to bring me with him. He said that he was going to give me the blueprint on how to be like him. But here's the thing. I don't want to be like him. I never did. So I took this blueprint. I looked it over. I made some changes. Some theories. And at the end of the night, the theories came true. I did what was necessary. Now they're questioning my manhood. Now they're questioning what level of integrity I have, what level of honor I have. Where's my morals at? JJ, have you seen his morals? Well, here's the thing. I buried that shit. I said when I came back, I was going to make these niggas cry. And I am doing just that. That's my vision. The Raven Crowe who don't give a fuck. That's the Raven Crowe that these niggas been asking for all this fucking time. And now I'm the bad guy because I'm providing what the fuck they asked for. Make that make sense. Please help me understand that.
I get where you're coming from to a degree with the whole quote unquote making Kool-Aid out of these niggas' tears, referring to your so-called dick eaters slash haters. But like I told you, when you came back through Gorilla that night, you could have beat him legit without those questionable tactics, and he wouldn't have given you the reaction he did that night. You cannot give a fuck or whatever, but you doing that to a faction mate like that? By the way, if you didn't know, Crowe's a member of Flag. But you doing him like that was uncalled for. And it was all because of some words leading up to y'all's match. You felt like you had to do it. Did you feel that way against Bodily in your guys' rematch? Because deep down, you knew she was going to beat you again, but you took the weak way out. But that's just my opinion, though. Please continue.
You're right. And that was actually the only reason why I felt bad. Did I need to? Probably not. Probably not, but I went for the kill. I went for it to show y'all that I don't care about mercy. I don't care about the morals that you think I have. I don't care about the honor or the integrity. I went for the kill in that fashion because I could. Because nobody was going to do a damn thing about it. Brings me back to Bada. I've beaten Bada without that move. You know what Bada said? She didn't win, but it also didn't go in my favor. That right there, that stayed on my mind. Led into Clash of Shows. Bada was victorious. That pushed me to make some questionable decisions. That pushed me to step away from something I loved. So, me doing that same move to Bada, that definitely was the provider's receipt. Plus, honestly speaking, I touched her better than her husband did. But that's for a later time. So, the last thing I'm going to say about this, because we sipping haterade over here. It was said that I was going to lose my first defense unless I pick somebody easy. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to believe that my first defense was at Master Reset. So, do with that information as you will. Anyway, back to the lag part of the conversation. Yes, the undisputed provider, Raven Crowe, is a member of lag. Now, I've mentioned that I will understand if me and my dishonorable tactics would jeopardize my membership in lag. But I was told I'm good. That y'all just don't want me to do that again. Not with the members of the team. I can't fully promise that I won't, but the least I can do is try. That's what I can do. EKA doesn't gotta worry about that. Heartbreaker Saint, he don't gotta worry about that. Neither of the Mercers have to worry about that. My beef ain't with them. My beef is with Shindu and OTB. That is who I have the problem with. Because I know they don't like me. But guess what? The feeling is mutual. Now, thinking about everything that has happened, you and Alex Mercer have created a team full of killers. And I'm honored to be a part of that, regardless of the bad tension that is there. Despite all the tension that there is, I'm honored to still be alive. We don't have to be the best of friends. We don't. We don't have to hold hands. We don't have to sing Kumbaya along a campfire. We don't gotta do none of that. We are here for one reason and one reason only. And that is to change the fucking world. Whether or not you trust me or I trust you, that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant to me. Because I'm doing this for Lag. I'm doing this for Mercer. And I'm doing this for the wise man.
Exactly. Let's leave this shit in the past now. For the betterment of the vision we're trying to enforce on IWL. For a better IWL. But if the beef somehow continues to affect the group long term, well, we all know what comes next. But me and Alex strongly feel it won't come to that. As long as you keep your word, I know they'll keep their word. So now let's move on. We come back on March 27th. Then after that, Night of Destruction. You and every champion defend their respective titles inside the Pit of Danger. What is your message to the potential participants in that match for the Undisputed Championship? Are you confident in retaining? Because every Pit of Danger we've had here in IWL, there has always been a new champion crowned. Will you beat that curse and move on to High Voltage 8?
You know, wise man, historically that is the case. But do I look like the type of individual that gives a fuck? Like, really look at me. Raven Crowe, the undisputed provider, your student. Do I look like I give a fuck? Because I'm looking in the mirror every fucking day that I've been the champ. And I can tell you 100%, 1,000%, 10,000%, 1,000,000%, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't fucking matter who management sends. It doesn't fucking matter who thinks that they are worthy. Because in my book, nobody is. I'm not going to be locked in a pit of danger with 5 bitch-ass niggas. Those 5 bitch-ass niggas are going to be locked in there with me. Me, Raven Crowe, a man who don't give a fuck. Raven Crowe, a man who got a lot to prove to no man but myself. Raven Crowe, a man who's going to do whatever the fuck it takes to make sure he walks in the undisputed provider, the holder of destiny, and I'm going to walk out the same fucking way because that is the mission. That is the vision. And if anybody wants to argue with that, hey, go argue with your mama. If you got one. If you don't, hey, you best take your ass to the cemetery and cry right there on top of her fucking grave. You think I'm playing with you niggas? You really think that I'm gonna sit here and let anybody walk out with my destiny? You are smoking some powerful crack, my nigga. You are smoking some powerful crack, because I'm gonna say it one time, I'm gonna say it now. If you feel like you are the man that's gonna take destiny from me, you don't have to hurt me. You don't have to torture me. You want to be the new holder of destiny? You best fucking kill me. And the way I look at it, death ain't got shit on me.
Well, a strong statement right there, Raven. Very confident in yourself from any other time you've spoken. Impressive. Now, my last thing I'm gonna ask you. Say you do defy all odds that night, at Night of Destruction. Then, bam, Drago comes out and confirms that he'll challenge for the Undisputed Championship at High Voltage 8. Do you think you have a chance against my son at High Voltage 8 in Vegas in the main event if it's you versus him? Do you plan to fight him fair? Or do you plan to try to win by any means necessary?
I'm looking at this board. I'm looking at all these pieces. Something about this kind of stands out. Riot's last hope. Former Riot Commissioner Drago, your son. He's not a lag member, at least to my knowledge. So I would think that would mean he's fair game if I wanted to win by any means necessary. But the interesting part about that is your son. That is your blood. Me doing to him what I did to OTB, that would mean, in a way, I'm doing that to you. Now I can imagine all of the things that would happen if I go this route. I can imagine that there would be some consequences that someone would have to face if something along the dishonorable lines were to happen. I personally would welcome it only if it came down to that. Out of respect for you and your family, I'm not gonna sit here making a promise that I know I don't plan to keep. The best thing I could say is, I know I can beat him. I know I could beat OTB, and because I could beat OTB, I can beat Drago. The best thing I can tell you right now is that I will at least try and give him a fair fight, because he deserved that. I hope that answers your question. Because, again, if he wants to take destiny from me, he has to fucking kill me for it. That's the hill I'm dying on.
Time will tell. There could be repercussions if you did something questionable along those lines. But he's a grown man wanting to get out of my shadow. So no matter what happens, that's between y'all. But one thing I'll leave with you: don't underestimate him. Yes, you beat OTB, questionable or not. But Drago is no OTB. He isn't even me. He wasn't Ryan's last hope for nothing, and damn sure didn't get the nickname The Destroyer just because. But it'll be a great match no matter which title he goes after. Looks like that was it for questions. Do you have any last words before we go off the air?
Other than me looking forward to Night of Destruction so I can embarrass those 5 bitch ass niggas, I got nothing to say to them. But I will say to management, be very cautious on who you send, because at the end of the night, when it's all said and done, it won't mean shit. Now over here, you got, what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks to start game planning on how you're going to take this from me. And again, it won't mean shit, because you're going to have to fucking kill me. And again, Death ain't got nothing on the provider. Thank you for having me here, wise man.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the second edition of The Great One's Thoughts. Episode 3 will be during or after Night of Destruction as we continue to grow to High Voltage 8. JJ the Great, signing off.
RESPECT me, double JTHEGREAT. Picture you to the God when you in my ring, or I'ma knock your ass out ASAP. RESPECT me, double JTHEGREAT. Picture you to the God when you in my ring, or I'ma knock your ass out ASAP.